And here's the video review for the Transformers San Diego Comic-Con exclusive first edition Optimus Prime from Transformers Prime. Some nice foil embossing around the thing, a really cool picture on the back of Optimus standing up and grabbing the Matrix, and stylized. It's a little different Matrix than we've seen before. But cool, Optimus Prime on top, and then just the standard stuff on the bottom, nothing exciting. It's cool, there's a magnet right here. You can take that off and put that on your fridge or whatever. Big round magnet. And once you take that off, you can see it's supposed to look like Optimus Prime's chest. And if you open up Prime's chest, you see the Matrix inside. Now there's a little story here on the inside, first edition, talking about how the Decepticons took over Cybertron and were sucking all the energy out of it, and in that dark hour Optimus Prime arose and stopped them, but they still had to leave the planet, and as they were leaving, Optimus was given the Matrix. Kind of parallels the War for Cybertron story a little bit, if you played that game. So it's cool. And inside, of course, you have the Matrix, which can come right out. It has Prime in it, and also there, stuck behind the Matrix, just loose in the package, is the instruction sheet for Prime. So we'll go ahead and just get rid of the box. There's just some lightning effects inside, but nothing exciting, so we'll just set that off to the side. The Matrix itself is, as you can see, shaped like the Matrix. It does have this strap, so you can wear it around your neck. And on the back, it's got that same picture of Prime raising the Matrix up above his head. Now the straps are Velcroed on, so you can wear them. You just want to unvelcro them and take them off to get into the package itself. You can Velcro them right back on later on. So there's Prime inside the package itself. And there's a couple pieces of tape up here and a piece of tape on the bottom. I've already removed those, obviously. Well, the tape on the bottom is still there, but you get what I'm saying. And you just split it apart. Right here, you just split it. There's a couple little tabs and notches here that hold it all together. You see there's the tape holding it together. There's just a piece of tape holding this disc in. I don't know why they didn't put a piece of tape down at the bottom either, but then there's the cardboard here on the edge. It actually helps if you open it up like this, lay it flat, and lift it up, because the cardboard that fills in all this stuff, you can see it's just some cheap cardboard here that sits there on the frame, and it likes to come out, but it will block you from getting out the tray. But this is what we want, and you can actually put the cardboard down, and you can actually snap the whole thing without Prime. You can snap the whole thing back together, and there you go, just like that. So you can still have the Matrix. The Matrix is resealable packaging. It's very easy to put right back together. And so if you just want to wear the Matrix, you can wear just that without Prime in it. But a neat little way of showcasing the figure for the first release of it. And then Prime's another thing. He actually comes tied in. I've already cut those ties, so gotten rid of them. Now, one of the things you'll notice, I have already customized mine. I was going to wait, but then decided not to. He comes with gray windows. I painted them blue. Even though technically, screen accurately, he does have kind of see-through gray windows. I've got a second one coming that I'm not going to modify, so there's that. But I figured, what the heck, I'll go ahead and color him up blue, and so I did. I also used just a red Sharpie here on the hands, and colored the. They actually match a lot better than the camera's picking up, but colored the lower forearms here as well. But the first thing, he is a little bit mistransformed in package. You do want to, instead of leaving these panels down, you want to straighten them out, straighten out the hands. And there he is in robot mode. He does have a little bit of gorilla arms. They do hang down fairly low if you have them straight. And really, the arms themselves are not out of proportion to the robot based on the CGI model, but the shoulders sit low. If there was a way to slide the shoulders up a little bit so the arms didn't hang down as low, they'd look a lot more screen accurate to the model. He does have the square in the back of him, which is his backpack, which is actually really well done. The way the wheels fold up and the smokestacks come out. There's some neat engineering in the transformation. I will say I'm a little less keen on him. One, after seeing the Voyager, and two, having him in hand, and also after having Starscream. Starscream's a much better figure overall, I think. But he's not a bad representation of Prime. He's a deluxe Prime, and all that entails. Here he is actually holding his gun. He can hold it. See, this is what he looks like when he actually holds his gun. I want to make sure everybody sees that I'm showing him off holding his gun, just to make sure that everybody sees that. But the gun does come off. It's just a little peg. There's two pegs here. One kind of covers his hand. The other, you can kind of have him hold it like that, but that's really more for vehicle mode, actually, is what that's for. And it's what it's for. Let me say that one more time. So yeah, there he is in robot mode. He's got swivel shoulders, both forward and it's out to the side. He's got a bicep swivel, hinged elbow. He does have ball joint wrists. And you can use these, I guess, for a little bit more posability if you choose to, but he does have ball joint wrists for a little bit of posability there. He does have a waist swivel. It's a little limited by the backpack, but it is there. He has got a thigh swivel, swivel knees, and ball joint. He's got a ball joint up in his ankle and then a hinge right there at the bottom, at the lower ankle. So he's pretty posable. You can do some good stuff. And his head is on a ball joint as well, so he can look up and look down and turn his head from side to side. And just a quick comparison here. And again, I didn't bring actually a good, decent size comparison. He's a little small for a deluxe. Height-wise, he's a little taller than Hound, Classics Hound, or Universe Hound, or whatever line he was in. He's a little taller than him. Here he is with Starscream from the same deluxe Starscream. Just to get a shot of those two together. And again, here he is holding his gun. Now we're going to do a first here. Is this the first? I can't remember doing this before. We're actually going to go from robot to vehicle mode. I thought about opening the package, turning him into a car, and then transforming back to robot, and that just seemed like needlessly complicated, all things considered, for a review when we can finally just go from robot to vehicle. So we take the gun off. How about that? You want to go ahead and you bring the forearms up, and you want to kind of bring the fist down like this. Bring the whole gray piece up until it snaps in. You can see it forms the front of the truck like that. And you do the same thing on this side. Bring it up so the part of the red piece that was back here comes up and then folds down to snap in behind that gray guard. Or the grill, I guess the grill of the vehicle would be the correct term. So he kind of stands here like this, and then you want to go ahead and hook this out. Bring this whole piece down like this, and then you rotate everything down and in, rotate this stuff out. Rotate the arms in together like that. You want to open these up a little bit. Just like that. You come back here, you move the smokestacks, you unpeg, and rest peg over, one peg over. Just like that, bring them up like that. Bring these pieces out, and then split the whole side here. And once you've done that, you rotate his waist around. And that will let you bring this whole thing up and around, like this. And bring the pieces of the truck up like this and snap them together. I guess it gives you the clearance to get this whole thing up, and then lets you snap it right in there to his chest. One of the things I'm kind of curious about, and I realize that it probably would have been hard to engineer on the deluxe, but you bring up these fake windows and you set them and they end up sitting in place right in front of the actual real truck windows on his chest. Kind of like the Voyager Prime from Dark of the Moon. A little weird, but okay, whatever. Am I missing a step here? I think I missed a step folding these things up because... No? Bring these out like this, out like that. Fold them up together like that. Fold them up together like this. Yeah, that should shouldn't be having the trouble I'm having with this. There we go. Set it around like that. And then you can bring this forward, fold the wheels down on the side here. And this actually pegs in up here on the upper torso, as well as right here on the front. So you peg that in, and do the same on that side. Flip his head down. Oh, well, we're having trouble here. And then the legs you bring up like this. And you want to peg them together. Oh wait, first you want to bring up... You see he's got the trailer hitch molded on the inside of his feet. Only one is gray. The gray one flips up and becomes an actual trailer hitch. You plug everything together, snap the feet together. Like that. And then you bring just the front part of the shins up. You want to fold the feet onto themselves like that. And you kind of just push these up and forward. So the blue piece comes up and into the truck itself. Lift this up a little bit while you snap this piece in forward. And then you fold this down like this to form the hood of the car, or the roof of the cab, hood of the car, roof of the cab, hood of the car, roof of the cab. And there is Prime in truck mode. And you can see it's kind of a small truck mode. There's my hand. Not overly small. He's still playable, but still a small truck. And then the gun just plugs in. You use the front peg this time. Just pegs in like that. And there he is in vehicle mode. Now, one of the things I'm a little disappointed with is you can see these two divots here on this side. That's not damage. You can tell just by looking at it. That isn't from something digging into the plastic and making a groove. It looks like there were probably just a couple of little bubbles or something in the plastic that deflated as it cooled or whatever. I'm a little upset that made it through quality control. For an exclusive figure where you're trying to show off the line and review it, that's a little disappointing. It's not. It's cosmetic only. It doesn't affect his transformation. You don't even see it in robot mode, but it is there, and it's kind of annoying. I'm hoping the one I've got coming doesn't have that. Overall, though, I'm not gonna judge it based on what's clearly a quality defect. It sucks on mine. Keep an eye on yours just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm not going to hold that against its score, considering that's clearly not intentional. It's supposed to be smooth like this side. But still, all in all, like I said, and it's a minor thing. It kind of looks like it got hit by hail in vehicle mode. But like I said, it's on the underarm. You don't really see it in robot mode at all. So there he is. Is it worth getting the SDCC one, the Comic-Con version? I don't know. I'm glad I got it. I like it. It's a cool little figure. It's good to have an Autobot to go up against Starscream now. But if you like the packaging and you like the figure, yeah, maybe it's worth getting on. I think the Voyager is going to be a lot better than this. And even if you don't want to wait for the Voyager, if you want to be a completionist, the same mold is coming out with a slightly different paint job. He'll already have the blue windows. I think that may be the only difference. I don't know. I don't know what exactly the premium paint job was on this, aside from the fact that he's got dark gray windows, and I think the actual main release line is going to have blue windows. But he is coming out for about the same price, or maybe even cheaper. Certainly cheaper per figure. He is coming out later this year in a 2-pack with Megatron, and then 3 little figurines of the kids, Jack and Raph and Miko. And that may probably be a better bet for your money if you're being frugal. If you've got the money, like I think he's actually still available on Hasbro Toy Shop. He sold out of the convention, or he was. I don't know if he sold out of the convention, but I know earlier they put him up on Hasbro Toy Shop, and I think they may still have him, and he's only like $20. So if you're looking at him on eBay going for like 50 or 60, go ahead and get on HasbroToyShop.com and pick him up for 20, because that's definitely going to be your best bet if he's still there. If not, keep an eye out. There were a lot of them available. I think the eBay prices will probably go down a little bit if you're willing to wait a couple of weeks. I could be wrong on that, and if I am, I apologize. But there were enough of him to go around. I think you're probably going to see those prices go down a little bit, especially considering that aside from the packaging, and one minor paint application, this figure is going to be available at retail later this year. So, do you need to pick him up now? I don't think so. He's not perfect. I like him. I don't love him. Like I said, I really love Starscream. Starscream, definitely get as soon as you can. I should have his missiles here. They should have been here by now, but Customs is being a jerk. But Prime, I like him. He's fun. He's got a neat transformation. The Voyager's definitely going to be better. So, San Diego Comic-Con Prime, you can probably skip. Like I said, especially if you're gonna probably get him anyway when you pick up the Megatron, since that's probably gonna be as of right now, that's the only Prime Megatron that's announced. I have no doubt that we'll probably see a Voyager Megatron later on in the line, but you're probably gonna end up getting the 2-pack with Megatron, which is gonna have him in it anyway. So it's probably better off just to wait, unless you just like new toys and have to have it now. And I totally understand that. Hence, yeah. So yeah. Unless you're super impatient, I'd say hold off and wait for the 2-pack version, at the very least for the deluxe. If not, just absolutely wait for the Voyager. I think the Voyager is going to be a lot better. But it's a decent figure. It's not horrible. It's not oh my god amazing, but it's not horrible. It's definitely worth it. You know, if you pick it up on a Hasbro Toy Shop, I think it's worth it. But I'm just saying, don't get in a frenzy or don't get upset if you miss out, because he is going to be out again later, and he's really not as amazing as some of the other figures in the line so far. But there he is, San Diego Comic-Con Deluxe Prime.